Hi folks, my name is Seth Itzkan, and just as a quick introduction, I'm in Zimbabwe working or visiting the African Center for Holistic Management. The African Center for Holistic Management is an ecological restoration program that's working to restore grasslands and in the process help reduce famine, improve water cycle, and also mitigate climate change. The way that it mitigates climate change is by sequestering carbon from the atmosphere into the soil. So they're basically restoring the soils of the savanna, and grassland soils are the largest biosequesters of carbon on the landed surface of the earth. More carbon is in grassland soils than in all the other vegetative matter on the planet, not including the oceans. And so it's a key factor in climate change mitigation is restoring grasslands which have been greatly depleted all over the world. And by grasslands I'm talking about prairies, savannas, plains. The American Midwest is basically a grassland. Of course, the African Sub-Sahara is a grassland. And most of Zimbabwe and large parts of South Africa are grasslands. Really most of southern Africa is what you would consider grasslands. Basically, these are areas where when you think of savanna, that's, or large migrating mammals, millions of buffalo or wildebeest or zebras, those sort of large flat plains where there's the rainy season and the dry season. And most of the Midwest, the American Midwest, was like this. Again, as I said, this is basically grasslands. Most of Central Asia, most of India, almost all of Australia, basically most of the world is grasslands. It is the largest ecosystem on the landed surface of the earth. And as I said, it's the largest biosequester of carbon. And the grassland soils have been largely depleted around the world. And the people at this center are trying to reverse that process. They're trying to restore grasslands that have been depleted. And they're doing that using a method that Alan Savory has invented, where they move cattle in a fashion that is similar to how the herds behaved, that is very densely packed and rapidly moving. And but they've been over decades trying to perfect this method, and the results of their work are visible here on this ranch, where places that have been treated by their method are very healthy, and that is there's very dense grass cover, and places that haven't, you could see that the land there's large barren spots of land. It's basically turning to desert. The grass doesn't look healthy. Lots of areas are bare. And when it rains in those areas, the soil is eroded. When it rains in the areas that have been treated through this animal impact, the water is retained and the grass grows rich and tall, and it's obvious that it's a better ecosystem there. They've also been able to improve the water cycle, so there are springs showing up now which have never existed before, and buffalo and elephants are attracted to those springs. So it's very exciting to see a part of the earth that has been depleted actually being restored to its previous grandeur. And that's wonderful, both in terms of preserving the ecosystem and the wildlife, and the health of the soil for the agriculture and for the animals that depend on it, and for the humans that depend on those animals. But also, of course, the bigger picture is climate change, because by restoring grasslands, we're activating nature's greatest tool to sequester carbon. And there's been a lot of talk about artificial or man-made processes such as iron seeding of the oceans and putting aerosols in the sky, and these are really extravagant and expensive methods. But by using animals in a planned way grasslands can be restored and the carbon can be sequestered naturally, and you get huge additional environmental benefits when you do that. So anyway, that's what they're doing here, and I've come to learn more about it, and already from my first day I'm impressed with what I've seen. I've really have never seen anything so significant in terms of ecosystem restoration, and in terms of the potential and promise that that holds for our future. I've been studying climate change and the environment and theories on the future and the possible trajectory of humankind, both positive trajectory and negative trajectories, and a lot of it is really just talk. I've never seen anything so far that's so significant in terms of really reversing degraded soil and creating promise for the future. So as a futurist and as an environmentalist, I'm really very inspired by what I'm seeing here. Again, it's only my second day, but I'm looking forward to the coming days and weeks to learn more about what's happening and to help document it, and I hope to contribute to the discussion about the role that grasslands can play in climate change mitigation, and even more specifically the role that animal management can play in grassland restoration. So again, I'm excited about this. Thank you for your attention. Hopefully in the future my video blogs will be a little more succinct, but this is the first one, so I'm just getting over the jitters. Hopefully I'll do better in the future, but I think you get the point. And so I look forward to hearing from you and to furthering this discussion. And if you have any questions for me that I can help bring to Alan Savory, or just to help us think about via the blog, please do be in touch with me. Okay, thank you very much.